So this Bronco right here, pretty cool. $93,000. 93. I have Aaron from Texas Silver on the phone right now, and he says that's crazy, and I have to agree. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's really cool, but dude, you're talking $100,000 tax, title, and licensing on this thing. So, wow. Wow. So as I'm showing all of you this beautiful Bronco here for $93,000, I'm talking to Aaron on the phone here. He thinks this is absolutely ludicrous to walk out with one of these for almost $100,000. But you know, this is what it costs today. But I see nobody here, nobody on the lot, nobody in the showroom. So I just wanted to update everybody with that as I'm talking to Aaron in Texas about these ridiculous prices. Look at all the Kias for sale. The car market is definitely changing without a doubt. You can physically see that with your own two eyes now. The lots are getting full. It is Thursday, June 6, 2024. A lot of trucks for sale. A lot of trucks for sale. It's unbelievable. What do we got here? This bad boy right here, 2024 Yukon 83.6. Wow. How many people are spending $83,000 on an SUV now, or $100,000 for a pickup truck? Unbelievable where these prices are. This one right here, $89,000 for the Duramax. Tax, title, you're about $100,000 for a pickup truck. Diesel. So if you need a new pickup truck, they are here. I've seen the lots fuller, but the lots are there's so much more inventory compared to last year. It's not even funny. But you need a truck or an SUV, you'll have no trouble getting one. These right here are used vehicles out front here. So I'm getting an oil change today, had some time, thought I'd shoot this video. It's about 100 out, just getting some steps in. I got boxing tomorrow, I got boxing jiu-jitsu next week. So anywhere I can get a couple steps in, work on the cardio, I like to do that. But just getting on the ground here, boots on ground. Here's the Honda dealership. And if you need a Honda, they are available. They're deep with cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows deep. So we're seeing inventory increasing while people are losing jobs. We're going to talk about some of this today. The jobless claims, what's happening with the economy. Stay tuned to this video. We have a lot to talk about. Big F350. Got the 6.7 liter. Nice truck. And this one is $83,855. It is a 2022. See if I can see the mileage on there. 100. It's covered up to 100. I can't see the mileage on this one. It's a nice truck. These are real nice. Over here at Ford now, and look at this. Somebody had a very bad day. Wow. Jeez. Very, very bad day. That car was incinerated. So here's some of the Mustangs right here. You got a Mustang GT Premium right here in maroon, and dealer asking price $57,200. So you're probably looking at about $65,000 out the door with something like that. Remember when you couldn't get a Bronco? Look at all these Broncos now. Remember that? Look at all these little Broncos. Ford's got a lot of cars for sale. The dealership that I noticed with the least amount of cars for sale is Toyota, especially their used car lots. They are completely wiped out, but they seem to be the one really selling cars right now. Nice Bronco. A nice lift. Really nice. So I'm going to step over here. So we're just taking a little walk today. I'm going to go over some of the news with you, some of the articles I printed up this morning. Here's a Raptor 2023 right here. 87.9. They were asking 98. 87.9. It's a year old. Let's take a look at it. It's locked. There it is. Pretty nice, but I mean, talking 90 G's, 95,000 out the door with something like this. This truck was 98.9, say $100,000 for a Raptor. Would you pay that? I wouldn't. But look at what I'm really noticing piling up at a lot of the lots across California and when we were in Texas was the amount of pickup trucks. There's an 18, 21. It's a nice one right here. But they're discounting prices. This is something we didn't see discounts a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You are now. Everything is being discounted. Here's Toyota right here, 41 to 34, and they're knocking $7,000 off that. Probably still overpriced. The problem is now everybody's losing their jobs. People's credit's being destroyed. People don't have a down payment. Inflation's killing them, so they can't even afford the sale prices now. These prices are going to come down much, much more. Some of the big F-250s, all brand new. A lot of 250s here. Look like all Super Duties. These are all your big old Super Duties. Here's a Lightning. Let's see what they're asking for this. I don't think they can even get rid of these things. Dealer's asking $59,400. You'd be lucky if you can pull your lawnmower with this thing for more than an hour. F-150s. Another F-150. F-150. Another Lightning. This one. Dealer asking $57,500. They cannot give the Lightnings away. Here's another Lightning. Another Lightning, another Lightning. Look at all these vehicles. All these vehicles. So, boots on the ground today. I'm waiting to get my oil changed. It's going to probably be a while. Hot, 100 degrees. I'm going to get some cardio in. While I'm doing it, I want to show you what's going on in the real world, not the bubble, not the world that you hear about in TV and fantasy land, but the real world. The vehicles are piling up. They are piling up. And they're going to continue to pile up, and you can see almost every vehicle on the lot is discounted. It's not enough. I've seen this in the housing market too, where I'm looking in the deep south every day. Price reduction, price reduction, price reduction. It's not enough. These houses have been reduced a couple times. They've been on the market for 60 days, 90, 150, 180, 200, 300 days. Multiple price reductions. You know why they're not selling? Because the prices were way too high to begin with, and their little price reductions aren't making any difference, because when you're overpriced by 100%, reducing your price by 20, you're still 80% overpriced. So people are going to get real. Super Duty, another Bronco, another Super Duty. These are high dollar vehicles right here, and they're going to have a very, very difficult time. Especially, let's talk about interest rates. You got super prime, not subprime, but super prime credit. If you want to buy a vehicle like this, you're going to be paying about 6.5, 6.8%. I can't see the price of this. Tin is so dark. But it's surely very expensive, right? Remember, you could not even get a Bronco a year and a half ago. Couldn't even touch one. Now, you can have one in any color you want. Take your pick. Remember the FOMO? You better get one of these trucks. You better get one of these cars. We're not going to get any more. They're going to be unattainable. It's going to get harder and harder to get. Here they are. Well, things have changed since 2022, I'll tell you that. Things have really changed, haven't they? Now, I want to walk over to their work utility type vehicles over here at Ford. And what I can see from a distance is there are a lot of vehicles, a lot of work trucks sitting on the lot. You know why? Probably because a lot of people aren't working now. This economy is in shambles. And when you begin to start looking at work trucks, it tells you a whole other story. So let's take a little look at what we got going on here. I think I was here probably about 7, 8, 9 months ago, this dealership, and they were starting to beginning to start get some inventory. But now they really got inventory. So if you need a work truck, you can come down here and you can get one. Put a lot of their other vehicles here. Wow. So a sign of the times, ladies and gentlemen, this is the real world, getting out of the bubble and seeing what's really going on. There's a lot of trucks here. More Broncos. This is kind of like the bullpen. Wow. Look at all the pickup trucks. A lot of 80, 90, $100,000 vehicles. Oh, wow. A lot of walking here today, let me tell you. Hop out here. This thing just goes on and on and on. There are trucks everywhere. And this is by far not the biggest dealership in Riverside County. You get into other dealerships in Riverside County, some of the real big ones, it dwarfs the inventory at this dealership, dwarfs the inventory. F350 right here, 89.8, so 90 grand for that. But you didn't see this 2 years ago. You did not see this. You did not see cars being discounted, and they need to be discounted a lot more, that's for sure. But this is where we're at. This is the sign of the times. And I always just like getting out walking a little bit and seeing what's really going on. But there's just a lot of cars, a lot of trucks available, SUVs available. People are thinking now with, gas has pulled back, but of course we know why. It's very political. It's going to go back up. We're paying about $4.50 for regular here, maybe a little bit more. Diesel, probably, I don't know, $5, $5.15. But that's going to go up. People know it. And they're going to smaller cars. The SUVs, the 250s, 350s, 150s, they don't want them. They don't want them. They can't afford to drive them. So very, very interesting. So here's some more work trucks over here up towards the other side of the lot. Vans, flatbeds, all these little utility work trucks. And the interesting thing is, as usual, nobody's walking any of the car lots, the truck lots. I'm the only one here waiting to get my oil changed. There are people getting their car serviced, but nobody's out walking the lots. So I do want to go over some of the news with you today. The first one coming from CNBC. Thought this was pretty interesting, and I'm at the car lots here today. EV slump. Hertz fire sale take used Teslas to a no-haggle $25,000 price. They're pulling back on their aggressive EV plans. And so now they're not even haggling. $25,000 takes an EV at Hertz. It says here in the article on CNBC, used EV prices plummeted by as much as 31.8% this year. What do you think about that? I think nobody wants these vehicles. I think people want gas and diesel. I don't think most people want an EV. And I think markets should be allowed to dictate that. Initial jobless claims rise to near 8-month highs. This is going to be a big problem for the housing market and for the auto market. Maybe it's a reason why nobody's here today. 229,000 Americans filed first-time jobless claims last week. The prior week, I think it was around 221. I think we're going to see this number really begin to accelerate. And I think we're going to begin to see the real numbers at the end of November, December. I think that's when we begin to see the real jobless claims and the real unemployment numbers. What do you think about that? Do you think that's when we begin to see the real numbers, the real data starts coming in? Maybe. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. New York Post. You're living in a fantasy land, folks. According to this article, California, fast food restaurants have cut 10,000 jobs thanks to the $20 minimum wage. Again, you're living in fantasy land to think that these massive, drastic wage increases was going to help workers and going to help businesses. It has done quite the opposite. As we all knew, they would begin to cut people. You would see more AI, more robotics come in, more people getting laid off because they just cannot make money at $20 an hour paying people to make coffees, lattes, and hamburgers. It just cannot happen. Fatburger said they had to raise, this year they had to raise their prices 10%. Chick-fil-A, 10.6%. How do these businesses stay in business when you're paying people this kind of money? I mean, these are now career paths for people. The fast food industry is a career path for a lot of people. And unfortunately, it's going to be short-lived for a lot of people because we're going to see more job cuts in fast food. And unfortunately, a lot of restaurants, and including mom and poppers, are going to be closing because they have to compete with this and they cannot do it. And so if you're a mom and popper, you don't have to pay $20 because you're not a big chain, but you're going to have to pay $20+ to get somebody to work for you, or they're going to go work at In-N-Out or Burger King or Taco Bell or McDonald's. So you're basically in the same boat, and we're going to see more carnage because of this. The number of U.S. homes for sale is slowly returning to normal. This on Fox Business today. 35.2% more homes are on the market right now, or shall I say by the end of May. compared to last year, May. So 35.2% more homes on the market this past May compared to the May of 2023. And when you look at the number of cars now on the lots compared to last May or 2 years ago, it's drastic. It is very apparent. So who's going to buy all these cars? Who's going to buy all these houses? People are losing their jobs. Their credit scores are being severely affected now. Their incomes cannot keep up with the cost of living. They cannot afford to be paying 50% of their income to a mortgage payment. It is going to get much more difficult for people to qualify to buy a car, let alone buy a house. Going to see more inventory of vehicles, cars, trucks, SUVs, more inventory of homes piling up. It's already begun. It's happening. They don't want to tell you this because they want us all to live in fantasy land, live in this little bubble, and believe everything's going to be okay, and that the economy's doing great because the stock market's up, even though homes are piling up, cars are piling up, boats are piling up, trucks are piling up. It's a disaster. And now, as they try to lower prices a little bit, I'm seeing, the reductions in home prices, where I'm looking, I see reductions in prices on the lot here. It's not enough. It's not enough. This stuff is so overpriced. They're still not living in reality here at the dealerships or in the housing market, but that day is coming. We're starting to head that way. Daily Mail. Home prices are falling in these former boom towns. It's a bad omen for the rest of America. So they mentioned the four boom towns here, the four former boom towns. Let me stress, former boom towns: San Antonio, Austin, Fort Worth, Portland, Oregon. This is on the Daily Mail today. Active listings have gone up a lot. Listings are staying on the market much longer, and buyers are backing off, according to the Daily Mail. Florida hotspots, properties that are going up for sale, it says here, are surging and taking much longer to sell. And this is a omen for the rest of America, because this is how it always works. You see the hottest housing markets, this always happened back in 08, the hottest markets, one of them was right here in Southern California, the hottest markets take the biggest hit. And when they begin to slow down, when these hot markets begin to slow down, the listings start piling up, days on market piles up, the buyers are disappearing. This usually tends to spread to other markets across America. Now, some markets won't be affected very much. Some markets will be affected. Some markets will be severely affected, and some markets will just completely blow up. That's how it works. So maybe you live in Mayberry and the price of your home didn't go up 80% in the last 2 or 3 years. You probably won't be that affected. But these areas that, got absolutely out of control, they're going to be extremely affected. Another one today from The Hedge. What's another $225 million? Yes, it's just a drop in the swimming pool, isn't it? The United States is preparing to announce a new $225 million weapons package for Ukraine this week. I got to ask all of you, do you really want World War III? Do you really want hyperinflation? Because if we keep this up, we're going to get all of it. Who's paying for this? People are sleeping on the streets. People are losing jobs. Small businesses are struggling. 65% of the middle classes, they are struggling financially. People can't sleep at night. Yet we got another $225 million to extend this war even farther. It just makes you shake your head. Do you not think this is going to be inflationary? Do you not think that, all these billions of dollars that we're using to pay off student loan debt that we didn't sign up for is not inflationary? Another, 100 billion to this country, that country, another 225 million for another weapons package. Do you think this is not inflationary? Yet they're telling us that, hey, inflation's cooling. The Fed should just cut rates today. We're heading in the right direction. Everything's going to be fine. You think that this is not inflationary? We are spending so much money, and now people are losing jobs. The job losses is very, very concerning, because I believe this is going to really start to accelerate. Probably by the end of summer, we're going to really see it accelerate. By the end of the year, I think we're going to have big trouble with unemployment. We're not being told the real unemployment numbers right now, but it's going to be very, very difficult to hide unemployment, because, look, we all know somebody. Most people are working 2, 3, even 4 jobs. We all know people. Listen, people write me every day. I know friends of friends. Everybody knows somebody who's lost a job. In fact, I know a lot of people who've lost jobs. A lot of people have lost jobs. And, all they can do is drive an Uber or Lyft, go work in a fast food restaurant and hope that it doesn't close. I mean, this whole thing is an utter disaster. I don't have the answer. I don't have the solution. Maybe lowering taxes, maybe stop sending money all over the world, maybe slow down on the spending, let people take home a little bit more, open up some pipelines and start, drilling for more oil, give incentives to small businesses, tax cuts to small businesses, maybe throw some, bigger tariffs on China, who is absolutely bulldogging the entire world now. And we better wake up to what's happening with China. They are getting very, very powerful. We got to stop printing money, ladies and gentlemen. We got to stop spending. We're taxing, people so much, and we're still running massive deficits. And so if we don't get this under control, we're going to continue to see people's standard of living decrease. We're going to see more people homeless. We're going to see more people who can't get the medical attention and services that they need. We're not going to see small businesses open and grow. This is getting really scary, ladies and gentlemen. So something to think about. But I think it all starts with slowing down spending, cutting taxes, throwing incentives to small businesses, some type of incentives to hard workers. I think people just get taxed way too much. There's a lot of things we could do. Stop giving all this money to other countries and stop giving money to people who are coming from other countries and getting $5,000 debit cards. I think if we start there, it'd probably be a move in the right direction. Let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, share these videos all over your social media. God bless. Have a great day. Be safe out there.